just for the fun of it?
Well, not 1,000.
Why
I'm
not
gonna be right
1,000?
back.
Oh, here we go. Oh, and he dissolves as well. It's crazy. Oh, God. That's great. Are we live, Shiseki? Ah, cool. Cool. Well, in that case, welcome everybody. Oh boy. Look at the size of that. Holy shit, you guys. Oh my God. Yeah, it's crazy. You know, I think avatars is probably a worthwhile topic that we should talk about, right? Instead of just always about creating spaces and all that kind of stuff. Maybe we could go around the room and see what's the craziest avatar you've seen in the last 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure I saw somebody who had the entire AFK jail as their avatar in a video.
Yeah, that's the one I was going to say. It's amazing.
What's that? Say that again, Shiseki? Yeah.
You just scale the armature, not the mesh, just the armature. So you just scale it to 0.01 on one of the axes.
There you go. That's how you do
So
it. Just
you'd
the
be
parent.
able to
Is
do
it just
that
the parent object of the
height-wise
Yeah, just the
armature?
too,
armature, yeah. No,
just
yeah,
so
just
you'd
the
be
armature.
like a manhole cover.
You could.
should.
I'm sure. In fact, I'm pretty sure I saw that. Didn't this Dex also have a flat one vertically?
I feel like that's the best.
Yeah, I also had one.
Vanquisher has it now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's got the sideways one.
Flat vatars. How have I never seen this before?
I don't even know that.
And how does it look so creepy and also appealing at the same time in a weird way?
Right?
Hey, Lisa.
Hello.
Nice avatar.
Thanks, Lisa.
Oh.
So cute.
Oh, crazy. Well, look, yeah, like I say, what do you guys want to? You guys are doing obviously crazy things with the avatar system, right? It's kind of been out there in the wild unofficially. In fact, I don't even think we did really officially release it. I think somebody just got wind of the fact that it was in the documentation. People started to share it and do crazy things with it. What do you guys like and hate about it right now, in terms of how it works? And I know obviously we've got more plans and I think I've talked about them at length. Happy to talk about them again, but I don't know. Anybody want to jump in and tell me some things that they like or dislike about it? No? No one? I've got one. I've got one, for instance. Something I dislike about it is that the IK switches off after about 10 meters. I wish that didn't happen, right? Hands up. Wouldn't that be much better? Something I also don't like. I mean, I like balloons. Don't get me wrong. Balloons are cool. And it's nice to have a couple of balloons around in the background and stuff, but I don't like the balloons. I want to get rid of the balloons. So those are two things I don't like. But yeah, I mean, anybody else? Anything? I mean, do you like the fact that you can make enormous avatars? Is that something that you like?
Yes.
Because some people were of the opinion that maybe we shouldn't allow enormous avatars. Do you think it's disruptive? I'm open to ask anybody really what their thoughts are on that, or do you think it's kind of cool?
I think it should be limited in a world, at least. Like, just have a limit that you can set yourself in your world. If
Yeah.
if you don't want people to go too big, just disallow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Handle it.
There's no way
You know,
you're fixing the
something that-
apartment now.
something that we could possibly do with the whole new
Oh,
character
there's the
controller system.
Skybox
Oh,
avatar.
somebody's a
There's
Skybox
a
avatar. That's
skybox.
great.
Holy crap.
That's
There
very
you
true.
go.
Yeah.
There's a certain amount of delight, I think, in that, right? Just to be able to
Dude.
drop a Skybox on a space whenever you want. Um,
Hey, it's the
yeah,
Skybox.
I mean, obviously, if we limited it, that could make that tricky, right? You know, if we were going to limit it to a certain size of a bounding box, then you wouldn't be able to do crazy stuff like that. Although I do like the idea of being able to limit it maybe in certain worlds, right? I think something that could be cool
that's
is
really
if maybe you've got like a scale that you can just set on your avatar, right? So you could have your normal avatar and you'd be like, yeah, no problem. I'll whip up my quick menu and just slide a little slider up that makes me bigger. You know,
I
that could
actually
be
did
something
that.
that could work. Right.
But I can't get the
Nice.
textures to work in here.
I like that.
So when I leave the world, I still have the slider attached to me, so I can still scale up and down, but um, I can't see the slider. Sometimes it bugs out and I get some random textures on it,
Yes.
so I can just
Interesting.
scale up and down wherever I want. But
That's
most of the
interesting.
time it's just invisible.
Well, I'd imagine that probably what's going on there is between world loads, it basically calls release all assets, right? Which will probably kill all textures and materials, even ones that are still in use. This is a similar problem we had with the reloading of a space, that an avatar would basically lose its own texture and go all black. Oh my god, you just got attacked by a Tok'ra. uh, what do you think, Tok'ra? Do you think that avatars should be limited to a certain bounding box?
No.
No. Nice.
I mean,
I still like
no.
the idea of having control over your avatar scale, right? And maybe even there's granularity there that you can control individual axis of your avatar scale, right? Potentially, I don't know, right? Maybe everybody can just flip on the 2D avatar whenever they want. I think that'd actually be pretty meta because we're going to be getting rid of the 2D avatars, right? That's one thing that we are going to do. So if we went full circle and then just flattened the 3D ones in order to bring that back, that'd be
We can
kind
do
of
that.
funny, wouldn't it? Plus, they all look weird as fuck. I don't know what it is. They look kind of strange. I like it. Actually, I like the way the IK stops on those because you get a real interesting pose. They just get caught in a great pose. Do you know what I mean? uh, yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean, the other thing is the IK, right? And the fact that it turns off. I should probably explain that what we have right now is only half the avatar system that we're planning. The other half we're already working on. In fact, we already have the other half built, but it's built as part of a new update, a big update that's going to come out. That'll probably be a few different things bundled together. This is what it's looking like internally. Is that our new menu when it's ready, the upgrade to Unity 2022, and a whole new avatar system, and hopefully even the new character controller will be a nice big rounded update. Be a significant overhaul of a lot of the parts of the game, basically cutting out huge chunks of tech debt in terms of what we have, which I'm excited about because it's going to make things simpler, much simpler. Um, but the second part of this avatar system is going to basically allow you to have the IK on all the time and to have your Visemes work well all the time. And it should be more performant even than what we've got right now. In fact, the initial tests that we've done are fantastic, right? You've got uh, well into, 25 plus avatars in a room, and nobody's changing into 2D avatars, nobody's becoming flat, no performance optimizations are kicking in, and we're running at full frame rate on a Quest with all the IK, all the Visemes, all that crazy stuff. So it looks really good so far, at least on the basic testing that we've done. And it's only using our existing infrastructure, right? We haven't actually changed anything on the back end. of how this all works. We basically just took what we're using for Megaphone and said, hey, what if we just put everybody on Megaphone, kind of? So that's kind of what we've got right now to be able to prove out this test. And yeah, it shows that this is definitely possible. And the results, even at this stage, show that performance is considerably better, but with more features, more stuff, right? And then a little bit of extra headroom for I don't know what else we want to do. I'm thinking that the shaders is going to be the next thing that we're going to want to look into, right? In terms of where that performance is going to go. I mean, there's a few other things that are also on the list priority wise. A big one being full body tracking, right? We want to take advantage of that as soon as we can. We want to lean into the Quest full body tracking slash estimation system, right? Since a lot of people use that, but also with Vive trackers, right? Or anything that's compatible with Valve or their OpenXR based system. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to know what would be something that you guys would like to see, and I'm waiting to see who's going to say jiggly boobs first.
Hey man, jiggly boobs. There, I said it.
Togo wants jiggly boobs. Nice.
Oh my god.
Uh, I mean, it's a possibility, right? I don't know. As it stands, the new system that we're working on has this inherent ability to kind of scale and to be able to just take anything that happens to your avatar and mirror that to everybody else in the room. So if we had bones and we were running local sim of dynamic bones on your avatar, then we would simply sync those bones to the other side, right? So that we wouldn't be running that same dynamic sim for everybody else in the room. So it would be the same thing that applies to that that does to all the other stuff that we're working with right now, is that it would benefit from that performance boost and everyone would get to see it. There would be no situations where it has to be turned off or turned down in order to save on performance. So I mean, it's an option. It's definitely an option. The shaders, on the other hand, are possibly a bit of a question mark, right? Because those are something that everyone else will always see, and that's kind of what you want. I think maybe there might be a scenario where we have some lighter shaders as part of the LOD system, right? So that potentially the lower LODs might use lighter shaders, and that way then people who are further away won't be costing you as much. I think the only thing we want to make sure there is that those lighter shaders basically look exactly the same as the hi-fi shaders from a distance, right? They can't be just a completely different shader, or people will be uh, changing how they look considerably at a distance. So, I mean, that's something to think about. I can tell you that in discussions we've already had about more shaders internally. Some of the things that we've wanted to try and figure out how to tackle is, this animation that you get whenever you enter a space, or when people come in, or whenever you electrocute somebody, or with your space bubble on and it kind of cuts through people, and you've got that whole dissolve and vertex effect. Well, that's a shader basically applied to all the avatars, and we want to figure out how to incorporate that, hopefully into one shader, right, for each of potentially a number of custom shaders that we allow. Or I'm not too sure, right? Maybe we can have two shaders and we do a quick change on the fly, and once again, it has to look exactly the same as it. But I'm not sure. We're still trying to work that out internally, right? So we've kind of got uh, a little bit of a feature, a piece of functionality built into uh, how we're using shaders, right, on the avatars, and we just need to be able to try and consider that and figure out how to maintain that, right? Because I think the safety bubble is an important feature to have, and that's how it works. It works with those shaders. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking around. I'm seeing lots of new avatars, lots of crazy things. Uh, are you guys all just enjoying playing with all the new toys, or is there anything that's really grinding your gears? Tell me, Lisa, what problems have you run into that have annoyed you with the new avatar system?
Oh, just when it's first built and the legs are always like noodles and bend the wrong way. Doesn't matter which avatar I use, always the legs go wonky and it takes a bit of tweaking.
Interesting.
That's all.
You know, it's funny. Aline had a similar issue, actually, right? Aline, didn't you?
Still.
Yep, that's completely dependent of the rotation of the bones when the IK kicks in.
Gotcha.
Mm.
Oh, you see it? Right. Yes, right. So it's down to bone rotation then. I guess that is always a consideration, really, isn't it? Whenever you're making avatars, is that you do need to match that bone rotation. Am I right in saying that? That's not something that the retargeting handles in terms of offsets, is it?
Nope.
Yeah,
Rotation and scale, that's the parameters you can really mess with.
gotcha.
Am I looking right?
Interesting.
You're a line.
You're lying.
What is he?
Gracious.
He's a line?
both.
Oh, he's scaled
He's a
on two
line.
axes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He is just a single line. That's great. Love that, Wolf. Oh god. You're just a single strip.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, it's pushing the bar, I tell you. You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know. You could just make a texture and make it like that thing thin, and no one would know. Well, I'll tell you what, I love to see all the crazy things that you guys are doing. I honestly love
Yeah.
to see a single line of an avatar, the flat avatars. I think that was great. It's mad to just, you know, be able to experiment like that and to see what mad things you come out with. I honestly think sometimes that's the best stuff, right? It's surprising how the flat avatars look. I can't get over it, kind of, especially in VR, right? I think they might even end up looking normal in 2D mode, but in VR, it's a whole other thing. What do you think, Aline? Should we let everybody scale their avatars on one axis in like some menu option in the future? You can just flatten yourself, walk around as a flat version.
Into a tight space.
Yeah.
Spear.
That's crazy.
I've lost him.
So who
Sorry.
here saw the who was at the event
Listen.
the other day with Nimso, where he showed all of the new stuff that's coming for the character controller, right? First off, apologies for the technical difficulties. We actually might try and do another event. Maybe it might go a bit smoother. It'll be the same info, but we'll have some more time. You maybe can ask any more questions that you didn't get to ask. Yeah, at the event, right? But there was lots of really cool stuff that he kind of demonstrated. I think it was a really nice kind of sample of the journey, right, along the way as he's kind of been building it up, and that's what we've kind of got to, you know, we've got to play with that internally as that's got bigger and bigger, and I'm sure, as you can see, there's lots of really cool things that we want to try and tackle with it, right? Problems that I kind of see with the current system that we have, which let's, to give it its credit. I think the current system we have is pretty cool, but there's definitely a lot of things that you can improve on it, and you know, the ability to clamber up over things, the ability to walk around on your on stilts or something like that, right? The ability to have that extra rotational strength in your wrist that you're able to sort of use things to lift yourself up a lot more. I mean, making these potentially configurable options, right? Maybe space level options or space level overrides. I think that there's a lot you could do with that, even, right? In terms of gaming and climbing and doing weird stuff. Uh, you know what I mean? Like, take all this mad approach you've done to the avatars and apply it to that kind of stuff. And I'm pretty confident we're going to get something fairly crazy out of it. But yeah, oh,
Yep.
hit me. I mean, yeah. I think we're kind of going down the route of a fully custom avatar system. So I imagine we're just one convenient tutorial away from being able to bring in meta avatars. And as I say that, I'm staring at one right here in front of me, our resident meta avatar, really sporting that slightly oversized head that they've got, but doing it in a tasteful fashion. We've got Berry Berry here. So, yeah, there is a process, as far as I understand, a
Yep.
process that leverages uh, the Meta or the Oculus Avatar SDK integration within Unity, where you can probably sign into a sample app and download your own avatar into the client, get access to it, export it like that. You may have to do some extra work with it, I would say, to do some rigging, uh, or just touch ups possibly. But yeah, it's actually not too difficult. So yeah, we're probably not too far. The hardest part there, I would say, is the bit uh, that involves Meta's SDK and the whole Unity part. And then once you can get that out as an FBX, uh, you could probably slap it through Mixamo, pull it into our new Blender plugin as an FBX, and press a single button and be able to get it in here and have it working, with the new avatar system, right? That's probably
There,
fair to say, right?
yeah, there's some third-party software that'll allow you to rip it. So there you go.
There you go. Somebody's taken the Unity SDK and built a little application out of it that does this for you, which is nice, right? Because that's how it works. Meta's got an SDK, and anybody can integrate that into their games and be able to use the Meta avatars in their games. So it means that you can actually get access to those files quite conveniently through that method. So yeah, I put it to Three-Eyed Tiger. If that's something that you're really interested in, maybe we can chat about tying down that workflow. And if you're up for making a video, that could be something that people could really appreciate. But yeah, Shiseki can let me know if there's any more questions. Nice. Awesome. Andre, how are you doing?
Hey, man.
Why don't you tell us about the several games that you've got on SideQuest?
About what?
Tell us about them. You've got the floor. This is your opportunity to
Ah,
promote them. You're on the YouTube live stream. Go ahead and tell us
I'm
about
not
the
on
games
promotion
you've got
stuff,
on.
but I think you helped me a lot because at that time nobody helped that, only you. Side quest was the only thing when you can where you can promote games.
Well, I'm glad you're getting good use out of it. But yeah, I mean, do you want to tell us maybe what the games are called? And if anybody's interested, they can check them out on SideQuest.
Yeah, first of all, I'm very careful because without you, I don't think that my games were when where you are now, when they are now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry for my bad English.
That's okay. That's okay. Not to worry. Well, look, if anybody's interested, you can catch up with Andre later. He's got multiple games
Yeah,
published on
later.
Quest, and I'm sure he'll
I,
be
I,
happy
I
to
just want to
give you
be
information.
thankful for your help, and if it wasn't for side quest, my games were not in in the draw now.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that.
Now
you
my
know,
games are on the main store, so this was everything. Everything is about side quest. So thank you for your help.
Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. Cheers, Andre.
My games are like
Uh,
Coffee Shop Simulator, Beekeeping Simulator, that was promoted on the, I think it's a annual side quest party, something like that, and
there you go.
something like that.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Coffee shop simulator. Sounds like a hoot.
Yeah.
Cheers, Andre.
Thank you, man. Cheers.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
problem. Hey, Vanquisher.
Hello. Yeah, so speaking
What's
of
happening?
avatars, I was just wondering, I know that you have released the change avatar script, but I
Yes.
do notice currently it's a little bit hard to use when you're on a headset.
Right.
So
Yes.
is there gonna be an update to that so it's easier to like click the confirmation button basically?
Yes, absolutely. We'll probably do a hot fix just to try and correct that button because I totally
Mhm.
get it. There's something really weird going on with that, and in some instances it just doesn't work, and then in other
Yeah.
instances it just works somehow randomly.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
definitely want to
throughout my
try and
testing
fix
and
that.
things like that. Okay,
Yeah,
perfect. Yeah, that's great to know. Thank you.
yeah. As a secondary to that, there's also there's a bit of redundancy going on there in terms of the fact that the avatar script is downloading the avatar first to your device, and then it uploads it to your account. Uh, that was kind of a quick fix to get something in there that could work. Um, but what we'll likely do in future is you'll be able to place an avatar in a world, and you'll be able to then just link it. So it will cut out that download and re-upload step. And actually, when that happens, the likelihood is that you'll be able to like slam the avatar change, hit confirm, and it will instantly change, right? From what we've seen is that after the upload is complete, it's usually less than a second for the avatar to load in. So that could be a really nice option, I think, to be able to change your avatar like really quick when you're going through worlds, avatar worlds like that, or in the future when we've got avatars listed in the menu as well, right? So that's the direction we're going with this. Eventually, you'll just be able to peruse through a massive collection of avatars, mostly made by the community, and be able to just pick whatever ones you want, right? And or just browse through different avatar worlds and be able to find avatars that way as well, right? So, in fact, shout out to Vanquisher because his Avatar Oasis world that got featured today is probably going to be one of the first and biggest Avatar worlds out there. So, appreciate you jumping in on that, and I'm definitely going to get that hot fix out for you so that we can uh, so that you can get that off the ground and get that working right for
Yeah,
everybody. Um,
awesome. That would be great. Yeah, and speaking of
yeah,
which, yeah, if anyone, because I want this the basically to be like a hub for the community. So if anyone wanted to have your custom avatar to be put in there for everyone to use, yeah, please let me know. I would love to have yeah everyone's contribution in there. Thank you.
nice. That's awesome. It's exciting. It kind of feels like we're on the cusp of something here, right? And you're uh, you're pushing it forward, Vanquisher. It is much appreciated. And yeah, that's why you are a member of the month. And I guess I've already just picked on you a little bit there, so that's fine. I won't pick on you more, but we'll see. Maybe we've got time. I might come back to it. Maybe it's a good opportunity. Usually this is kind of a Q&A sort of thing. Or, yeah, and this has been more of just an open conversation. So I just want to put it out there. If anybody does have a question, feel free, like Vanquisher just did, to make your way up onto the little podium there. And if you manage to hang on without slipping off, because it is slippery and bouncy, just like this one. But yeah, then I'll answer your question. If you do slip off of it, then you have to go to the back and wait for 20 minutes, and then you can ask your question again. But yeah, uh, yeah, I don't know. What I don't know. What are some of the craziest avatars that you guys have seen? Maybe I'll pick on someone else. Hey, Discord Kitty, tell us about what some of the craziest avatars you've seen this last 2 weeks.
Well, the AFK jail made its way into Goth Knight as an avatar.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
And basically anything Fire Rat puts on, really.
Yeah. Nice. Anything specific? Anything you can remember?
Well, he's running around as a Half-Life creature right now, last time I saw him, and that avatar is extremely tall.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's surprising. Obviously, Sebek, you figured out how to use the SID system,
Yeah,
right?
can't see
To
him.
be able to scale avatars, which is something that then transfers from world to world, right? Stays with you because you've scaled the local avatar. It's kind of like what
Well,
Nistex did
the only thing I'm
yonks ago.
scaling is the physics body. The avatar you have to scale manually. I don't know how to scale the whole mesh with it.
Yes, exactly. Yes, that's right. Because as part of the SID system, it basically attaches the physics character to the object, right? I don't know if any of you remember, Nistex had a cube, and oh god, sorry, I missed you there. Oh god.
Thought you would.
I just heard his breathing in my head.
Yeah,
ahead, Arnold.
I think I know why, but in the Blender where you upload avatars, you have export and upload avatar. Not only, so you need to save the file before uploading. Is that correct?
Basically, yeah, we export a
Okay,
GLB file, we save it out to the file system, and then upload that. In fact, two of them, right? There's a local and a remote version, and both of those then get uploaded to our CDN. But you can also export them. I think something that we might want to add is the third option there, to be able to just select files from your file system and be able to upload them, right? So you can kind of then do all three, where you can do like one button and export and upload in one go, or maybe just export only, or select some files that you've previously exported and then upload those. I mean, I think that actually would round things out quite nicely in terms of being able to share things in generally. But we do have that through the change avatar script in the worlds. That's what Vanquisher has been taken advantage of. So that's somewhat covering that use case. But I think maybe
yeah.
having it in the Blender plugin could be good too.
Thank you, Shane.
Thank you. I can't hit you. Oh my god. That's funny. This is perfect, guys. Honestly, we're gonna take away the 2D renders, and you guys are gonna protest by making all your avatars flat. I think it's great. I'll get involved. I'm gonna need to get a flat version of this avatar too, so I can join the
I'll
protest.
make mine visible.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Somebody else, Vansky. You're on at all the crazy events and stuff like that. Tell me, what's the craziest avatar you've seen in the last 2 weeks?
Honestly, maybe the skybox avatar, because
Yeah,
oh my god, so big.
that's
Like
crazy.
like I didn't.
That's what she said.
I wish
Yeah,
my
It's
ex
yeah.
kind of
was like
nuts.
that.
Oh no. Yeah, the
Yeah.
skybox avatar is pretty cool, especially if you had a whole selection of skyboxes and you could just set the mood instantly by changing your avatar. That'd be pretty cool. Tell me, how do you guys generally change your avatar? You know, when you're in world, I noticed you guys are sort of changing between different avatars while we're in here. Do you just use the Blender plugin for that? Is that how you do that? That you know, Iron Wolf or Vanquisher or Sebek? Any of you
I did it this
that
time.
was
I used
directed?
Blender.
Blender, gotcha.
Blender.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that makes sense
kind of the fastest and easiest way if
to
it's
change.
through the plugin. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, I get you. I mean, I think what we're planning on having at some point is having, a slot system where you can have several avatars kind of uploaded to your account, and then maybe there's a way to quickly then switch between those. Like I mentioned before, you wouldn't have to actually upload them, so it'd be faster. You could just instantly switch between them. So that could be actually really cool. I think look, I think another runway show has got to be in the works, right, Faye? Another runway show for the avatars,
Absolutely.
another fashion
Heck yeah.
show at
Uh-huh.
some point with all these crazy things that we're doing. We'll see what that skybox looks like
Oh my
on the
god.
runway. It's just you can't even see it at all, right? It's completely outside the room. You can see it through
I
a
love it.
window. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, I had a bit of communication recently with Ready Player Me. They kind of made a case for us to, continue to use them, I guess, in some regard, but also to try to get involved in some of the newer things that they've got going on, which, from what I understand, is a change up of the rig significantly for a new system that has new bones, specifically twist bones is the biggest deal about that, and sort of a modular system, right? Kind of like visual scripting or a visual graph, let's say, that allows you to kind of pull pieces together and assemble them into an avatar. That's some of the things that we've seen that they're working on. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, they were interested in us reconsidering, let's say, the direction we've been taking. But the truth is, I'm not sure if they would ever allow us to break the limits of some of the things that you guys have done already. I don't know if they'd ever let you upload AFK Jail onto Ready Player Me. And that's a terrible shame. Do you know what I mean? Because, or a flat version. I don't know. I guess there would have never been a possible for a flat version because the bones were always discarded before, right? You had to make the bones exactly as they were in the examples. But now you can fuck with the bones basically and do almost whatever you want in that regard. So that's yeah, I think for us anyway, we've kind of broken that fourth wall of what they consider to be, the sky in terms of the art of the possible, right? What you can do. And for us, I don't think you can go back, right? Do you think you could go back, Sevik, to just having normal height and normal sized tails?
Nope.
I don't think so. Do you think you could go back to being fully 3D Vanquisher? I don't think so.
Like
If we went to Ready
Iron
Player
Wolf,
Me, this
wherever you
avatar wouldn't
are,
even work.
Jesus. Oh.
I'm here. I'm back.
Oh.
2D.
You got that big, we
Nice.
didn't
Oh my
notice you.
god.
I don't even know what's going on there, but I like it. But yeah, I think for us anyway, oh, look who it is. It's Remarcus. Haven't seen Remarcus in a while, folks, have we? Let's put him on the spot. I've megaphoned you, Remarcus. Tell us
Oh,
what
don't
you're
do
doing
that.
today.
Well, I spent the day in my VR arcade 2.0. Keeping very busy.
Nice.
Ooh,
Oh God. Well, thank you for that, Remarcus, and thank you for joining us. It's good to see you. God, we've got a lot of people here tonight. A lot of new faces as well, and not just because everybody has
It's because
whole
I'm
different
in.
avatars.
That's why,
Starts pushing immediately.
pushing your tush.
What's going on up there? Pipe down.
Pushing.
Stop being rowdy.
Walk off, Marcus. Walk your tour.
Nice. Yeah, I think what I basically said to Ready Player Me was that in future we'll likely reintegrate it through some sort of an upload process, right? Whenever you go through Ready Player Me, it will upload it, and from there it will convert it into our new avatar system. I think that's definitely the plan. Yeah, here's something interesting that maybe you guys might be interested in, right? And honestly, like a number of things lately, this has been based on the fact that some people in our community have been doing some of the heavy lifting and helping us solve some of the problems. But after Sebek discovered how the mirror was affected by the armature in in your avatar, we did some digging, and I think we've narrowed it down to the specific script that's causing the problem with the mirror. So we basically, well, I should say, Aline managed to narrow it down to the specific script that's causing the problem, and has discovered a way to even offset it on the fly to correct for the problem, which is great, right? That means we can fix that mirror, and then that means that we'll have a perfect stereo 3D mirror that you can throw into your spaces. That's also very performant, right? That's a lot of things in one go, believe it or not, and it's going to be pretty exciting to be able to throw that in there. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't really tell from the video. I haven't been in there yet myself, Vanquisher, but the four-way mirror that you've got in there, does that just use the old mirror or a different mirror, or does that use the new one?
Yes. So it is basically just the old camera mirror. It's similar setup as the fashion show, where
Yes.
it's basically just one camera, but you could turn to the sides and you would see the side of yourself instead.
Yes, gotcha. I mean, it's a really interesting idea. I mean, I think something that we would like to do with this mirror, something that we did with a previous version of it that I think would help a lot, right? Is that we could do a distance-based thing that might adjust the resolution of the render texture depending on how far away you are from it. Or for something like the four-way mirror that you've got, it could be based on what direction you're looking at. So whichever one you're looking at is the highest fidelity, and then when you look away and you look at other stuff, then those are reduced, right? Which could let you squeeze every last little bit of performance really out of it, and
And
yeah,
that's
be able to have those.
yeah,
Yeah,
very interestingly, because when I was doing the frame rate check on the Quest 2, so what happens is that did I have every layer on, like on the camera, right? So basically, once you step inside the camera, the mirror thing, you would get an infinite effect. And surprisingly, it did not even drop any frame rate, if even on a Quest 2 when you're in there. So yeah, I was pretty surprised by that.
yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
think
and it's
those are
1080p.
1080p. Gotcha. Right.
Yeah, with
Well, that's
16 bits for the color.
gotcha. That's I guess it's interesting because you've got four mirrors, but
It's only
if you were
one.
to compare that to the other mirror, right? That's actually each one of those is two mirrors in one for each eye. So it makes sense. It probably would equate to about the same as having two of the newer mirrors, let's say, right? Without
If I
without the stereo.
if I quickly could intervene, yeah, so
Yeah.
it's more like you have four mirrors, but only one is always active, and that's the one you're actually looking into, since you can only look into one mirror. If you want to have it from multiple sides at once, it's best to just have only the one enabled you're actually looking into it. And you could do this actually with visual scripting. You could detect if you're now looking at which mirror and then just turn the others off.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
that'd be
awesome.
neat.
Play around with
That'd
that.
be really neat.
Because I would love to try out like the new mirror with the same setup, but I just
Yeah.
wasn't sure if the performance would hold up. But yeah, but that would be a good solution for it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I mean maybe that's something else on a slightly different topic, I guess. But it looks like you've got your own little sort of pedestals, let's say, for each of the avatars to sit on. But if you want, if you were interested in the one that Aline has created, the box with the animated bits and the avatar moving around, I'm sure we could convince Aline to share that in the Discord somewhere if you wanted that. But
Yeah, that would
yeah,
be cool
that's
addition to it.
sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. It's going to be cool. It's going to be pretty neat to have a whole world that you can go in and explore and find all sorts of crazy avatars. And yeah, I
That's the
mean,
goal.
some of them are going to be huge. Some of them are going to be flat. Some of them are just going to be a thin strip of a person, and probably everything in between, I guess, right? But yeah, I think it's going to be pretty cool to have all of that. And I think in a short while, a lot of the people I'm looking at in the room right now who are in VR are also going to have more expression with the guts of body tracking through what they've got on their Quest, right? And I think, yeah, there's going to be it's going to be a whole new level of kind of immersion, I think. Oh no. What are you doing over there?
Oh my god. Whoa.
Big wolf.
He's put on a bit of weight.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I don't know what's going on.
He's bigger.
It's big.
Stand up. It's a giant iron wolf. Yep.
Well, semi.
Oh, I cannot stand up more.
Oh my god.
Wow.
You could go to my world and scale up.
Nice. Right. That's what you've done. That's great. And it scales up your avatar? No, you've made a scaled
No.
avatar too, right?
Yeah,
Fine,
scaled.
You should go to my world and scale up.
Yeah.
It's behind the cameras.
Why does he disappear when he gets too close to me?
Disappears when he gets too close. Maybe maybe you've got your safety bubble on?
Oh, I must have. Okay, sorry. Thanks.
Oh wow. We're all in jail.
Oh my
That's it, folks.
god. Here we go.
Everyone's in jail.
It's a party.
I'm not
Don't pick up the soap.
It's prison break. Prison
That's
break,
not my
you
soap.
guys.
Stop it.
Losing your sanity.
God, it really starts to
Not my soap.
And this is what we got.
it starts to alter,
Yeah.
what is a
Your
a space
perspective,
and
yeah.
what is an
That is
avatar
not my
in
soap.
terms of
I'm okay.
blurring the lines there.
Is this a? Can we
I'm
walk
not
that?
taking baths very.
What do you think, Colleen? Do you think we need to limit the bounding box? Or do you think we
No.
can have AFK jail
Come with
avatars?
me now.
What do you think, Remarcus?
Let's fly away.
Okay.
Oh
I don't know
my
what to
god.
You need to come
I'm
with
gone
me.
for 5
now.
minutes.
Can we talk about chaos
know.
theory?
Isn't this
Make it where, like,
crazy?
Make it where people have like options if they can see it or not. You know what I mean?
We
I just-
have avatars.
I don't know if anybody's
I
up
need to go
there
understand.
wants me to answer a question because
It doesn't exist.
2D
I'm in a jail
Cool.
cell right now. Oh, nice.
Nah.
I'm gonna go up.
This is cool though. It's funny.
I feel-
It's just it's
My question
only,
is-
the only reason it doesn't
What
get
is
people
happening?
to worry too much of these things.
Hey, Tala.
Oh, there you go.
Hey.
There you go.
I'm
I
here.
feel like
Nice.
I'm being abused.
The more
Oh,
fun,
no.
the better. More fun, the
Oh
better.
no. That is a
Uh,
thing that can
There
happen.
is a thing about chaos theory. It only works up to a point.
It does. That's why people should have options if they want to see like huge avatars or not.
Yeah, I want to turn them off in my worlds that I'm building because I mean, I love children, but I don't want them there either.
Right. So you just want to. I gotcha.
Yeah, I want to control. I want to make sure everybody's avatar looks just like mine when they come in.
Gotcha. And they all have your voice and they talk and think like you.
Exactly.
You immediately convert them into an army
No.
of berries the
So
moment
I
they
can feel
join.
very comfortable.
Yeah.
That sounds
Suddenly
fun.
I'm reminded
honestly.
of Rimmer World.
After a while, you don't even need to
Yeah.
be here.
Found how to. Found
The
You
how to
shall
robots
be
use
assimilated.
take care. Yeah.
Babu sporting the guest avatar, which
Oh, oh! I have a question
won't
about that. Can
exist
you?
in future.
Oh my gosh! Can you not give a Babu the Pixar ball? You know what I mean?
Oh, the lamp.
No, no. What was it? I forget. Remind
Oh, you
me.
mean
There's some
Oh.
kind of.
the Star
Is
Wars?
that? I can't remember.
beep-
The,
beep ball?
yeah, no, Toy Story ball. I
R2D2.
can't remember. One of those.
Oh.
What'd you say to me a long time
Sure.
ago?
Right.
We can do that. We can do that. We can give you the Toy Story ball or whatever.
Yeah, give him the Toy Story ball. He likes
Give him
to
the
be a
Toy Story
ball.
ball, everybody. Come on.
Ball.
Marcus, give him the Toy Story ball.
Toy Story
The
for God's sake.
Toy Story ball.
Toy Story ball.
He's my favorite
Yes.
person in Banter. That's because he's quiet.
Nice. You hear
Yeah,
that?
nice.
Shut up, everyone.
It's because a woman
Yeah.
asking for that.
Yeah, it's because a
Oh,
woman
no.
asked for it. That's how he's gonna get it. Because a woman asked for it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Well, there you go. You heard it here first, folks. If a woman asks for it, you have to give him the Toy Story ball. That's, you can take that to the bank, right? I honestly, I don't know. So, do you know what? Couple of minutes of appreciation for the guest bot. I actually think
Yeah.
it's really cool. It is super optimized. It's like, I think it's like 600 polys or something when you're close to it, and it's like less than 200 or something when you get a little bit of a distance away. It has custom colors. The ball at the feet moves independent to the rest of your avatar. It actually has an entirely individual avatar system of its own, totally separate from the rest of the avatar. The hand movements are different to normal avatar hand movements, and they're not synced, so that's fun. And
So
they just have
everybody have his ball.
well,
on
yeah,
his feet.
right now, that's where we're at. Everybody has balls, but we're gonna take the balls away, folks.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna take all the
Not my
balls away,
balls, not my
No,
balls.
save the ball.
even Iron Wolf's balls.
Castrate everybody.
We're taking them away. And the balls for that avatar are bigger. Actually, what happens when you scale a guest avatar? That'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh.
I guess the ball would just probably go higher up into the sky, right?
Bigger
Probably.
balls.
Yeah, it just goes.
Maybe.
It doesn't scale.
Babu's-illa.
Yeah, that's
It's
interesting.
harder to electrocute them.
I tried dating girls. They have bigger balls than me. So.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Andre's
Well, he tried
inappropriate,
to
ladies
date
and
every
gentlemen.
girl in Banter.
Oh. Wow, it's all coming out now. She knows she
Oh, no.
didn't, or whatever.
It wasn't me. It was an idea.
There you go.
He's trying to sell
where's-
the game.
Where's the banter confessional? That's what we need.
Oh no. Confessional.
Oh.
Yes. We're gonna just do Big Brother, right? We're gonna just do a whole Big Brother thing in Banter, where everybody's just live streamed 24 hours
That's
a day.
totally.
and-
Y'all already do that. That's so
I think
funny,
we're
'cause
doing
we
that,
just,
yeah.
we just
Good.
left we just left an event where we were like watching the week being recorded. So it's kind of.
There you go. There you go.
I was a really
Isn't this
cute
live?
long guy. So.
This is live.
Well, there you go. So everything you're saying now can be held against you in a court of law. Perfect.
That's right. It is indeed live. There's a sign. It's over there. It says it's live. That's a disclaimer, apparently.
Forgive me,
Means I can
Shane,
stand up
for I
here
know
and talk
not what
about
I've
taking
done.
your balls away.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
okay. We will have a confessional. You'll be able to confess all of your misdeeds.
How do we save the ball?
Well, you see, this is the thing. You
Oh,
know,
just
too
wait
many
for me.
people
Save
getting
the
too
ball.
rowdy. We just take
Save
all the
the
balls
ball.
away. Everybody
What, are
will
balls
chill out a
becoming
bit.
extinct?
No.
What's the guest
No,
spot
no,
gonna
no,
be
no,
Yeah.
no.
after that?
Oh,
it.
that's an interesting
Balls have a
question.
limit.
Zaki has a
It's
question.
going to be a leg end.
A leg and ball.
That's what it's going to be a leg end. Oh, Shoseki's got a question. What's your question, Shoseki?
his hands to get off the platform.
Are you okay? Oh. Oh, okay, fair enough. Say fuck.
Ah, you can't say that.
I'm
Funny
on
how that
stream.
AI photo
That's
world
mean.
ended up on Discord. Like anytime you search for AI photo generator,
Oh yes, it
it
does,
also
and it
ends up on
names and
Discord.
shames. Yeah.
So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sorry for what I'm sorry for what I searched for.
Oh no. What's even worse than that is if somebody searches for if somebody manages to get something naughty out of it, which honestly you can. I had to make that a not safe for work channel. But I'll name and shame them. If they're in the Discord, I'll be like, "Hey, you dirty dog! Look, what are you up to in there late at night in that AI channel? Come on, man!" Do you know what you always see? Right? They sit there and they pound away on the slightly cinematic one, and then when they're done, they just say something normal to try and hide it all, thinking, "Yeah, nobody will see." Dude, some people have asked me, "Hey, can we use that without it logged into the channel?" Like, what are you doing? What are you planning on searching for, you dirty dog? Come on, man. I'm not paying for that.
And the future is coming.
But yeah, it all goes into that channel. Yeah, that's a nice observation, and it's always funny to see because sometimes it will do boobs. That's about as far as I've seen it go. Is that it will do boobs. Doesn't seem to go any more explicit than that, and it struggles with even nipples a little bit. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I saw
we were looking at
that.
a new one, in fact, that might actually have less of that generally because it's a much more curated training data set. It's something called Flux. Aline has been raving about it for a while. I don't know if she wants to step in and shut me up while I'm talking about it, but it's from some of the people who built Stable Diffusion, and they've kind of spun off into their own thing, doing their own thing. Right, Aline?
Ooh, ooh. Oh
I still
shoot, I'm
got boobs in my
floating.
mind, so.
Oh,
Wow.
Alex got a question.
Ooh, I still want like sit points where we can like sit on each other's back and go for like a piggyback ride. Wee,
Sit
can you do that
points.
yet? Like where you can sit on people's backs,
Well,
not just
you
be
can-
thrown around.
like
You can
I just want to be
probably
carried
do that.
around. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you can.
I think you
So
can
that you
probably
can't tell
do
I'm
that.
I'm here for
AFK.
that. I'm
Yeah,
here
I'm
for
sure
that.
you are here for that. Yeah, I have had to do that before in the rooms, in the creepy room. What's it called? The creepy room that you guys tour?
I wasn't there.
The back
Same
room.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, the back rooms. People had to drag me around because like it gets really tiny in there and I
I
get
wasn't there.
claustrophobic.
it's just like for mustache rides. No.
What?
I just want to like
That
let's
went
say
over
for
my head.
example like somebody turns into like a really tiny frog and they want to ride on someone's
I
shoulder.
just got
Wouldn't that be super cute?
Jesus.
Don't accuse me
Yeah,
for abuse.
yeah, totally. I mean,
Get
technically,
kicked out.
it's
I was not
probably
abusing
possible
anyone.
right now, although it could be jank. Your boy Sebek over there, he knows what I'm talking about. You can attach an object to a person, and then you can sit a person on said object, and therefore you kind of got a sitting system. Although I can tell you right now, the latency on the network means one person will kind of lag behind the other, right? It's the same as the hand holding. But hopefully in future, we can
Oh,
have a better
hand
piloting
holding.
system. That's right, hand holding. That was great how you said that on megaphone.
Oh, no. Is this being broadcast
Everybody could
right
hear.
now? Hand holding? Oh shit.
Hand holding, and
Tough.
Wow.
mustache riding, right? Very, very.
Who said that? Who said that?
No. Oh God! You know what? That's perfect. Actually, that brings us up to the to 1:30 just nicely.
With hand holding.
Saved by the
Hand
bell.
holding. Hand holding.
Hand holding, mustache holding. That's what we want to do. We
Oops.
want to be able to grab onto somebody's mustache and then be dragged around the room as they move away from. Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you. We start with hands, and then we move to mustaches. Oh, look at this. We've got a flying thing.
Oh my
Two flying
God.
things.
How did they
There's
fly?
lots going. They're amazing.
Look at this stuff.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is
Whoa,
crazy.
it's Space Boy. Ooh, nice job. I just want to follow them everywhere.
He floats.
Is that a Pokemon?
Okay.
Wow.
Well, listen, we can cut it there, I guess, Shoseki, if that's cool with you. I don't know how you managed to end up on that side of the room. But thanks everybody for coming. I actually didn't even mention the website or the Discord or any of that stuff, but I'm sure you can find it. I'm sure you're all in there anyway. But yeah, thanks for coming. We do this once a week, as you know. And in the meantime, you've got a lineup of events later on tonight. Culminating in the Banter Late Show later on, whoop whoop, and yeah, loads of other cool things. So yeah, stay tuned for some more cool updates right in the near future. Lots of cool things are going to be landing soon, and it's definitely awesome to see you guys jumping in and doing cool stuff with the existing things. Look at that, Gooch Monkey is Wolfman. Nice.
Yeah.
Is that a Mixamo one? Did you put that through Mixamo?
Yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
the hands didn't come out the greatest, so I gotta get
Yeah.
that figured out. But
Yeah. Mixamo's a great start. It is honestly a great start. And then what you can do is try to correct it a little bit, try to do, adjust and polish the weight painting and stuff. But cool. Good to see you, Gooch.